Built to Last is brought to you by the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council Labor Management Committee and by Milwaukee Tools. Hi, I'm Mark Nilsson, and welcome to Built to Last. As technology transforms just about every industry, no one's adapting faster than one group of pros trained by the Mid-America Carpenters, masters of precision, power, and progress.
We are in East Moline, Illinois at the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council Apprenticeship and Training Programs Quad Cities campus. Our main mission is to serve Carpenters Local 4 and Millwrights Local 2158.
A millwright is kind of like an industrial mechanic. You know, anything that moves, rotates, conveys in an industrial setting is the work of the millwrights.
We can do a fair bit of different trainings here, anything from all the different conveyors that we have, screw conveyors, bucket elevators, monorail, which are the main conveyors that we have here in the Midwest to be able to service our clients.
This was built as a consortium between the contractors and the Mid-America Carpenters to facilitate more technology in the training. This building is about 65,000 square feet with approximately 25 to 30,000 dedicated to shop space. We have a millwright training area, we have a robotic training area, we have the general carpenter shop, and an alignment shop for the millwrights.
This shows our end users our commitment to training and staying on the leading edge of training.
We know what's going on. The union knows what's going on. The contractors know what's going on. And we funnel that to our training department, our training program. And those guys eagerly take that information and create the best training program out there.
Our contractors are always looking for the most highly skilled, the most safe workers, and we feel that we get that with the Mid-America Carpenters Millwrights.
They're highly skilled, they're trained. They come in, they teach attitude too, and that's what you have to have with the customer, good attitude. I get a lot of clients because I do work for Amazon, FedEx, a lot of big companies.
Global brands like these demand contractors who require millwrights that are trained on the latest technology and deliver precision.
The Mid-America Regional Council's Training Center is addressing the needs to the future, ever-changing with technology and equipment. They are adept and have state-of-the-art equipment and methods to train apprentices and also journeyman upgrade classes as well.
I've seen the training they do, from conveyors to robotics, setting robots to pump training, all that, and I don't see other groups training like that. So I'm more confident that the job's going to be done right, and we've had many successful. I do a lot of maintenance of equipment for a lot of the big companies. They keep calling us back. They like what we do.
There's not too many training centers, you know, in the country that have their own robotics cell like that in the training program that we have.
We want to be able to implement robotics into our standard curriculum so that everybody knows anybody that comes from this training center has a good working knowledge of robotics.
The millwright can install it. Now what we're doing is teaching them troubleshoot the automation.
So robot's not moving? You're going to get your call?
They can come in and work on the automation also. What millwrights are offering is a highly skilled, trained workforce.
Today, millwrights are being educated in the field of mechatronics in order to stay current with new technology.
Mechatronics is the mashup of mechanical and electronics. That's a robot, right? It's a mechanical beast that's actually doing things for us, but it's run on an electrical schedule. So we're able to take data inputs, give it very key things to be able to do, string them together in a pattern that this robot's doing what we need it to do.
They get some robot training with it too, so they can move them around, hit touch points. That's where you come in with the electronics part, and the mech is for mechanical, and that's what millwright is. They move robots, they can fix them, they can change proc switches on them.
As automation accelerates across virtually every industry, it's millwrights who keep these machines working and moving businesses towards their full potential.
We understand that for the next generation of millwrights and carpenters, there has to be a backfill, and college is not for everyone. People are starting to go back towards the trades, and what a great opportunity that we're working together, labor and management, to fulfill our workforce needs.
It feels good when I finish a job. I also find a lot of fulfillment when I have another job at that same place and I see that machine is running correctly, and it really fills me with a sense of achievement knowing me and my crew did a good job.
I'd say being in the union is the best pay I ever had, and the benefits, the retirement, it's really good. The experience and the people you work with are awesome.
Currently, they're still working on implementing all the technology. So the big thing for them will be applying that technology to their existing job, and it actually should make them, I won't say more accurate, but it'll help them be more accurate in an easier fashion, and it will speed up installation and maintenance processes for them.
The future for a millwright looks amazing. The amount of growth and expansion that the United States is experiencing is awesome. So anytime that buildings are being built, moved, changed, retrofit, it's a millwright that's in there doing it. So our outlook for the future is on top of the world.
Today, more than ever, skilled millwrights from the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council continue installing and maintaining automation, as well as building the future of American industry.
Unions need a collective voice, just like workers do. We built the National Coalition of Labor to bring unions together to provide valuable benefits beyond the healthcare and retirement that their members already receive. Because we know that with numbers, there is strength. Strength that gives us the purchasing power to negotiate the best supplemental benefits that our members deserve at the lowest cost possible. Because united we bargain, divided we beg. Contact the NCL to see how your union can join our growing coalition.
In a St. Louis suburb, skilled members of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are giving back to their community by restoring an historic landmark threatened by time and circumstance.
The carpenters are extremely important in moving this project forward. Without their help, we probably would have had to demo this building. So without their help, we wouldn't be here today.
I really take great pride in this work, and it does make me feel good that we're continuing the effort of a carpenter from almost 100 years ago.
In Florissant, Missouri, volunteers of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council are working together to save a piece of the city's rich history.
The Reeb House, built in 1870 by Anton Reeb. Anton Reeb was a carpenter. He actually built 4 houses on this plot of land. The house is significant to the historic district because he was a contributing citizen to the city of Florissant in the 1800s.
Carpenters are involved in their own communities, so this community is familiar to me. I can get involved in something that matters in my town.
And any way that we can preserve these homes means so much to our future. We have such a rich history here in the city of Florissant.
And in 2023, some of that history was almost lost when the Reeb House caught fire.
The house sustained significant damage from a fire that started on the back porch, went into the kitchen of the house, and then up to the rafters of the roof and to a second-story wall.
The inside of the house was completely smoke damaged, and then for the firefighters to put out the fire, there was a lot of damage from that.
It was a lost cause, but that's what it appeared.
So it would have probably just been demolished. That would have been sad because this house was built in the 1870s.
The previous owner loved the house. He wanted to restore it, but he was going to have the house demolished because even with his insurance payment, could not afford to rebuild the house.
Historic Florissant has been trying to save the old Florissant properties, and folks that have lived in this town would hate to see one of those properties lost. So I think stepping in and helping to save this property means more than just something to one organization or one person.
Our mission is to preserve, protect, and restore historic properties. So we were able to purchase the house from him for $1.
We had contractors come out here and look at this. We were told several $100,000 just to restore this home. And so the question was whether or not, where we were going to get those funds at? How were we going to pay for that? And so it really did look like we have to demo the building.
Spearheaded by the Missouri Women in Trades Organization, the sisterhood answered the call for help.
And I contacted Abby and went to a meeting with all of the sisters and explained to them what was happening with the house and asked for their help.
My first impression was, ooh, big job. It was really sad to see the amount of damage that was done to it.
We were finding all these hand-cut steel nails everywhere in the project. There's a lot of this house that's the original house that was built by Antoine Reeb.
You can't just go to the lumber yard and get some of the things that we needed to get. For instance, this decking, because they did things a little bit differently 100 years ago.
Those unique challenges have brought opportunities to train apprentices and recruit new members from the community.
It's been many opportunities to bring apprentices out, to learn something new. You know, even for us journeywomen, some of this stuff we've never done before.
We need to recruit more people. The carpenters need more people to replace the people who are retiring. And it's really important that the community can see women being successful and thriving in these wonderful union jobs.
This project is great as a recruitment tool for the carpenters.
We have a lot of jobs that are available right now. And if we can get the women in the workforce, and especially in the trade workforce, I think it's going to help move the trades forward.
It's so important for women to get involved in the trades because the trades are amazing. Building stuff is so fun. These careers are so great. The work we do is awesome.
Being involved in the trade brings everybody up, brings our wages up, holds a higher standard to the workforce in general in your community.
In the union, we're paid the same. We're taught the same. I've been a carpenter for 23 years and it's been the best thing I ever did.
The carpenters are very welcoming to the women of the trade.
The camaraderie that we have here on this project and every time we get together with the sisters is incredibly amazing. We are just so supportive of each other.
It really is a very galvanizing feeling to be around all these other women doing this. And then you build friendships, like real lifelong friendships through this sort of thing.
And to have another female at work with me is such a rare, beautiful thing. We can talk about things that might happen to women with each other and learn from each other. And you know you're in an environment where you're supported 1,000% by every single person here.
We have really become a family in the year I've been in.
This is an environment that women can thrive in.
You can do it. It's an awesome opportunity where you earn while you learn. You don't have to spend money on college. You can raise your kids on good health insurance, so yes, come on down.
Though a near tragic loss, the Reeb House has provided an opportunity to grow women members of the Carpenters Union and bring the community together.
I want to give back because it's my hometown. It's a lot because a lot of young women will look up to me and say, she can do it.
I want to give back because it stays here for a long time. My kids will be able to see it, their kids will be able to see it.
To be able to say I worked on a 150-year-old house is incredible.
And especially carpenter to carpenter, you know, I really feel honored to be here working on this beautiful house. It's very special.
We are so incredibly grateful to the Mid-America Sisterhood of Carpentry. We could never, ever have done this project without them. It means everything to me that they were able to volunteer. I'm not even sure that we would be able to properly restore the house without their guidance and expertise.
We're saving the history of Forsyth.
Every day, the working men and women of organized labor build our communities and provide vital services. At Megan, we believe your financial future should be as strong and dependable as the work you do. Our team and planning solutions are tailored specifically for union members and your unique financial needs. That's where Megan Financial stands apart. For decades, we've worked side by side with labor unions, helping members understand and maximize their benefits. From pensions to annuity plans, health savings to retirement readiness, we provide personalized investor advice and wealth management. At Megan Financial, your goals are the priority. Let's build a future that is steadfast and hardworking as you are, where union expertise meets strategic planning. Visit Megan.com today.
Armstrong takes pride in making a positive difference in people's lives. With the broadest portfolio in the industry and proven technical performance, contractors can install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered solutions make it seamless to transition from one end of the building to the other. Solutions like Frame-All drywall grid, including simple soffit prefabricated bend and click soffit framing, the faster, easier, better way to build from Armstrong.
Welcome back to Built to Last. Chicago's skyline is iconic and union carpenters have built it. Now they're shaping the future on one of the city's most historic sites.
This place is a pretty special thing to be a part of. Just east of us is where DuSable founded Chicago. And it was basically considered the origination of the city of Chicago.
Before this, there was a planned construction for the spire.
The Chicago Spire was a planned development that would have stood over 2,000 feet tall, making it the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. The Great Recession of 2008 forced the entire development to terminate.
And in 2014, Related Midwest acquired the property, and we got underway on working towards putting up this development.
Upon completion, 400 Lakeshore Drive will contain one 72-floor residential tower and a proposed second 765-foot tower split between 80% market rate and 20% affordable housing.
Related Midwest is one of the largest affordable housing developers in the country. At the core of us is the opportunities to create for everybody of every income level and being able to have a place that they can live and enjoy.
When construction on 400 Lakeshore Drive began, developers found they could gain efficiencies by using existing structural work built for the spire.
We're utilizing some of that spire foundation for our structure as well.
It's a hybrid foundation. A lot of the foundations we worked to were put in 15, 16 years ago for the old Chicago Spire project. So the project has been designed around those foundations that were installed, the caissons.
And the shape, it's an upside down wedding cake.
Nobody's seen one like this.
We poured the lowest level of our site, but just the core. We poured a little bit more, right? We excavated it out. And then on the level one, we went as far as we can.
So that's an engineering marvel. You know, I could go back to way back when I was on the field, and we all used to talk about that hole. Now you look at it through the progress from where we were about 8 months ago to where you're at today, where now we actually have concrete and structure in that hole.
Because of the historic significance of the site, DuSable Park will be built just east of the towers at the mouth of the Chicago River for the use of all Chicagoans and visitors.
And ultimately, with those developments is going to be DuSable Park, which is going to celebrate the history of Chicago. And so being a part of that opportunity to build two towers that are going to last well after all of us, and then also have that situated with a connection to DuSable Park for all Chicago residents and all the great communities to be able to enjoy this place is a pretty special thing to be a part of.
An innovative project like this wouldn't be possible without skilled union carpenters.
You have the best carpenters in the city. You really do. No exaggeration, really. At this point where we stand, you have the best carpenters possibly in the country working here.
I've worked in other areas of the country, and the skilled labor that Mid-American carpenters provide is unmatched any town in the country. When you have that level of expertise in a project that is difficult as this one is to build, you really need all of your team members to have their A game.
And on jobs like this, carpenters do a whole lot more than swing hammers.
Like now we're doing all the concrete framing work, then eventually it'll lead to the metal studs for the walls, the drywall, ceilings, cabinets, and pile driving.
My oldest just became a journeyman, like last week.
I became a carpenter because of my dad. When I was a little kid, I thought it was so cool that he was able to build stuff. You know, there's a lot of carpenters. Everywhere you look, there's something different going on. Like you have people doing columns, you have people putting up a wall,
You got the deck going on, you got the stairs going on, you got labor stripping underneath. There's just a lot of things going on.
It's just a great career. It's better than other jobs, and it's like you change atmospheres. You don't stay at the same job for years, and that's pretty good. And they're like, it's better pay, it's better benefits, and it's just a better job.
Projects like this provide the experience for union carpenters to grow in their careers.
So the union does want you to grow. You start out as an apprentice. As you journey out, you could become a steward, or you could become a foreman, a lead guy leading up to a foreman. We have that training for foremen. When you start building your rapport with the union and the company, that is second to none, because now you got a good relationship with the contractor you're working for, along with the union as a representative. The list is endless.
For over 160 years, one name has forged America's backbone. From raw steel to the hands of those who build our nation, Klein crafts every tool with uncompromising precision. American-made isn't just our standard, it's our legacy. When you hold a Klein tool, you're holding generations of craft, the sweat of American workers, and a promise. Klein Tools, built here.
Looking to boost your organization with high-quality American and union-made products? At Stars and Stripes Silk Screening, Embroidery, and Promotional Products, we've got you covered. From custom apparel to bags and promotional items, we help unions stand out with top-tier products that leave a lasting impression. Built tough for the brothers and sisters who build everything else. Choose Union Made at Stars and Stripes. Call today and get a quote.
The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council proudly supports U.S. military veterans. For many of those who have served, a career in carpentry provides a purpose, stability, and a smooth transition to civilian life.
My mom, she was actually in the Army for 20 years and retired. And then my brother, he started off in the Coast Guard and then went to the Army. So I kind of felt like I had to follow their footsteps. I was a Navy corpsman. I worked at Naval Medical Center, San Diego, and then I went to 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines.
When someone's getting out of the military, it's about what their next step is.
My father was in the engineer union in California. I saw there was a big opportunity working in the trades, and so I felt like that was a good place for me to go after I got out.
When service members return home, they often face a new mission, building a new future in civilian life. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council partners with programs designed to help veterans translate their military skills into lifelong careers.
They deserve a good living, and here we go with somebody that served our country. We're getting them in and offering that opportunity to start their life and have a great career with that.
When we recruit these veterans and they're getting out of the military, they're transitioning, they're looking for a career. They're not looking for just a job.
I'm, for one, know exactly what that looks like. You know, I took my love of carpentry in the military and translated it into civilian aspects of what I do.
From the battlefield to the construction site, vets are ready to face any and all challenges head on.
They're part of a brotherhood, which is, being part of something bigger than yourself.
I feel like is very similar to the military.
The Mid-America Carpenters and the Carpenters Union are very appreciative of the sacrifice that our soldiers have taken to go out and serve our country. As they transition back into civilian life, we recognize the leadership capacities that they have. We also recognize the commitment that they have. And as such, we provide mechanisms for them to excel in civilian life.
The discipline, skills, and teamwork veterans gain in the military make them uniquely qualified to thrive in the skilled trades.
It's that can-do attitude, but they come with certain soft skills. They can be up front, they can be on time.
They know how to go to work. They're valuable when they are at work, and they're trainable, and they're going to get the job done.
They're no stranger to structure. They're essentially a step ahead.
They have the willingness, they're working good with teams.
I feel like that's definitely helped me in this trade, accomplishing the tasks that we do on a day-to-day basis.
So that type of person is generally sought out in our industry.
The members of our armed forces have a lot of options once they have left the military. The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council is dedicated to making their transition to civilian life as smooth as possible.
The military vets have basically two ways of getting into the program. They can do what's called the helmets to hard hats.
We're the Building Trade Unions program to recruit servicemen and women coming out of the military and help them get into the building trades. Last year we placed over 3,600 veterans into apprenticeship programs across the entire country.
Another one is what it's called the MVP, Military Vets Program.
With the MVP program is that we're actually giving them 8 weeks of training ahead of time before they ever exit the military.
And then when they get out, they're notified of the program that's in that area where they're going to get out and move to.
We started this in 2019. We're sitting at 648 graduates. Out of those 648, we're retaining about 70% of those.
Another career skills program available to vets is the Career Aligning Recruitment Effort Program, or CARE.
That aligns them. That gives them more of a scope. Okay, how can I detail these skills I have and translate it to something that's going to support my civilian endeavors, my civilian career field?
They might be an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter in the military. Those skill sets are very transferable to the civilian side, so it could just be a matter of making that phone call and that a contractor looking for somebody, and here we go.
Most of them throughout the entire country will get direct entry into the program.
How do service members like these programs?
My experience with helmets to hard hats was great. When I first got there, I mentioned that I didn't have a whole lot of experience.
They don't come in and get thrown out in the middle of a job site. They have a specific order that they learn things. They're teamed up with a journeyman out in the field.
They did a great job of mentoring me and putting me with people that can help me grow and learn the skills to be successful.
You know, we give them obstacles every day, but we have to make sure that they're going to gain from those experiences.
It laid down a good foundation that allowed me to be successful in this work field.
The results speak for themselves.
Jorge, he's been exceptional. He's exceeded expectations as far as our operations go. He performs high. He's worked on numerous jobs. All the foremen want him, and actually he's been kind of recognized as one of our next up-and-comers. We couldn't really ask for a lot more.
The opportunities for prosperity are possible through the apprenticeship and through being a member of the Mid-America Carpenters. We encourage you to look into your future. Invest in you, invest in your family, and invest in your community by being a part of the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council.
For more stories like the ones in today's episode, be sure to follow us on TikTok, Facebook, X, and Instagram. I'm Mark Nilsson. We'll see you next time.